Good afternoon, teachers, parents, and everyone who is watching on our Sekolah Victoria Plus YouTube channel. We are Rafi and Yola from Grade 10 Centaurs.
This afternoon, we'd like to show what we achieved after months of hard work. To start, we welcome Ibu Budi, our MYP coordinator, to say a few words.
Hi! This year is our second online personal project exhibition. Living in a more digital and virtual life is considered as a new normal, and it gives us more opportunity to sharpen our creativity and resiliency. On this opportunity, I would like to congratulate all of the exhibition participants who have overcome the challenges. I also would like to express my gratitude to all supervisors for the hard work and for the school managements for the support. This is our personal project exhibition. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Bubudi, for your wonderful guidance throughout the personal project process. Now, without further ado, here are the 2021-2022 MYP personal projects.
Hello everyone, my name is Karen from 10 Centaurs. Today I will be presenting you my personal project about asymmetrical flower arrangement. In this first slide, you can see what we will be looking at throughout my presentation. I will be talking about my goal, personal interest, process, ATL applied, product outcome, and finally reflection. This project's product goal is to create a variety of asymmetrical flower arrangement for display, and to find out how one of the concepts in art called composition plays a crucial role in forming a floral design. Furthermore, my learning goal is to learn how to decorate or beautify houses with the flower design which have different kind of structure, size, and colors. This is because I noticed that people are not aware by the presence of different forms of art besides painting, sculpting, or drawing. Therefore, I wanted to share how flower arrangement, which is the art of using plant materials and flowers, is a form of art that is able to beautify a space. As you can see here, these are my personal interests. The first one is still life painting, and my other personal interest is designing a space. Both of these personal interests of mine has led me to choose flower arrangement as my personal project. I start off my research process with 3 basic research questions. I have answered these questions from a variety of flower design websites, which mentions about asymmetrical flower arrangements, the right pot sizes, and the right color option for a flower design based on its surrounding space. Second, I do some more in-depth research on flower color theory, elements of floral design, and the 7 main principles of floral design. Third, after I did the research on flower design principles and theory, I started to find references and ideas from flower websites or catalogs. For then, I sketched 3 flower arrangement designs in total. For the primary research, I interviewed Bukania, a visual art teacher, to ask her opinion about the composition of my 3 asymmetrical flower arrangements. For my product success criteria, I made it based on 4 aspects. They are form, material, function, and presentation. I need to achieve these aspects as it relates to the project's goal. I start off by making my first flower arrangement design by first collecting all of the materials needed. Then I cut the floral foam as it works to hold stem in place. After that, I start sticking the focal point of the flower arrangement, which is the stem and the bloom flower, then following up with all of the other flowers and elements such as leaves, twig, dried flowers, etc. Next, I start making my second flower arrangement, which comes with a glass dome covering the flower. Like what I did previously, first I cut out the floral foam, second, I stick it to the surface, third, I start sticking the focal point, which is the rose, fourth, I add small elements such as leaves and mossy rock. Lastly, I make my third arrangement design, which follows the same steps as the previous design. The ATL skill I've applied throughout my research and product process are research skill, communication skill, and creative thinking skill. The final product outcome. First design. Second design. Third design. There are several things I learned from this project. First, I learned how to make an asymmetrical flower arrangement. Second, the principles and theory in order to achieve an eye-catching and balanced composition of flower design. Third, how floral design is a form of art that can greatly affect a space.
Hello, my name is Finola from Taurus, and I'm here to present my personal project. My personal project revolves around my personal interest, which is to satisfy my inquiry of how studying abroad would benefit international students in the long run, and everything that it entails. Of course, everyone knows that studying abroad would expand everyone's views on the world, but I wanted to explore how it did, and also things that are somewhat overlooked when choosing a location to study abroad. My learning goal is to learn about the cultural differences in academic systems, addressing the opportunities and the shortcomings that international students get from studying abroad, and how many factors can affect the locations for students to study in. All of that will take form as a product goal of an educational video that will address all of the aforementioned things. During the progress of making my personal project video, I applied the ATL of research. This is because in collecting information to put inside of my educational video, I used both secondary and primary sources. I sent a survey to 5 people with different backgrounds and majors to compare and contrast the factors that people consider in picking a location to study abroad. And I interviewed 2 people to give the viewers an idea of how different 2 study locations could be side to side. From all of the information that I had gathered, I was able to create my own criteria for what the video should look like at the end, including the information that I put inside of it. I also used the ATL of communication in this personal project as I branched out of my own circle and sent surveys to people I didn't know of to test the limits of what I am able to do for my primary research, especially for me, an introvert. This personal project had impacted my growth as a person a lot, as I was able to research about a topic that not only am I somewhat passionate about, but would serve as useful for me and my plans in the future. My personal project also made me come out of my comfort zone, especially when it comes to communication and editing style. I've already mentioned the fact that I was able to collect valuable information from a variety of people that have vastly different backgrounds, but I've also tried a more intricate and complicated editing style to make my video more entertaining for the audience to watch and for them to engage with the information that I mentioned in the video. As not only would it add to the overall aesthetic of the video, it would also support what I say in the audio visually.
Tired of being in the same environment all the time, wanting to experience different cultures and learn new languages, desperate for quality education leading up to a stable career, or for some reason that you just want to travel to places you've never been to before and meet new people for the sake of romanticizing your own life like a teenage coming-of-age movie. Well, all of what I previously mentioned could be covered through studying abroad. No, this isn't an advertisement of any sort, but in all seriousness, there are more pros to studying abroad than if you just decide to do it for goals made out of impulsivity. Knowing this, let's move on to the most common reasons most people choose to study abroad.
This project is something that I would never forget in my life, as I've learned a lot of valuable information that everyone seems to overlook in regards to studying abroad. And I'm happy to be able to share it with others through a form of a YouTube video. Thank you for listening to me talk about my personal project, and I hope you have a good.
Hello everyone, my name is Jade and I'm from Ten Centaurus. My personal project is about custom design for K-pop violin performance. You see, I have loved music, dancing, mixed matching clothes since I was very young. In the past few years, I have been enjoying K-pop songs and have more interest in playing violin. I could get a chance to play K-pop song with violin, and that is very enjoyable. I also grew interest in designing clothes, and that is why I choose to design my own costume for violent performance. Of course, it has to represent me. Before doing the research, I created and inquired questions in order to have the data and answer that I wanted. And I really need to make the question specific so I have a good analysis too. I sketched 3 ideas of my own custom design and I will proceed to show this to the expert. Each design has a unique and has its own characteristic. This was the expert design, where she sketched what comes from her mind after she saw my sketches, basically by her own perspective to it. This project has been very challenging for me as I have no prior knowledge about fabric and design. That is why I need to have a good expert and that could guide me about the design and what materials that are suitable for the dress. However, I need to be resilient as the expert is living in Semarang and I need to travel there. However, I am glad I did that, although it's a long drive and kind of tiring. This was the final outcome, and this was the look. It has a colorful colors and some big ribbons at the back. And here's a little clip of my performance. During this project, I had learned a lot of things and I learned about type of fabrics materials, more like which one is more comfortable and which one is not, also their types of names. And 2, I learned how to sketch the ribbons, corsage, and more other specific details in a custom design. 3 is that I do face a lot of challenges. Therefore, in this project, I learned a lot of ways to overcome it. And 4 is that finally I know about the fashion industry more deeper and it's actually not that easy as it seems. And number 5 is that time management. I learned that I need to manage time well, be resilient, proactive, and be a communicator as I need to communicate with expert what kind of design I want it to be. While proactive means I need to keep contacting the expert to make sure the dress finish on time. Managing time is also not an easy one because the expert is in different city, so I need to spend days in Samara. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Zaza and I'm from 10 Centaurs. My personal project is Jurnal Psoriasisku. I want to bring up the topic of psoriasis because I'm very interested in discussing and learning about it. And also because I see a lot of people around me who are not aware of the dangers of psoriasis or they don't even know what psoriasis is. My goal in this project is to, by creating a website dedicated to psoriasis, I want to raise public awareness of the illness and improve public knowledge of the condition in general. My global context is identities and relationships. This global context is concerned with the question of who we are, and psoriasis is a physical health problem. So, identities and relationships are compatible with my personal project. I believe that a personal project is to raise a topic that we are interested but yet challenging. So here is the challenges I faced throughout the personal project. First, I'm not a specialist in the medical profession, so this is a whole new subject for me to learn about. Second is writing in Bahasa Indonesia. I feel like that I'm not really good writing in Bahasa Indonesia, let alone resources about psoriasis are mostly in English, so several times I need help with a dictionary. Next, I never made a website, so several times I changed the website builder that I wanted to use, from Wix to Cart, until I felt Google Sites was the easiest website builder to use. Besides that, I also have to brand my own website, from design, color palettes to the logo. I designed it myself. Last is having to complete a personal project in the middle of pandemic. I think it's a bit difficult because I have to meet with speakers and attend online seminars, and it's really tiring. So Why this project exactly? This project is relevant to my future career. It's also something that I really like designing, and also because I saw limited resources on the internet about psoriasis, especially in Bahasa Indonesia. So that is why I made the website in Bahasa Indonesia. Next is the criteria. First, ability to contact audience and raise awareness of psoriasis. Give trustworthy information acquired from a reputable source. Produce clear and easy to understand writings, and receive positive comments from audience.
The planning, I just use a manage back feature for it, so I just list my to-dos there.
Next is research summary. First, I study psoriasis itself through webinars, online course, psoriasis books, and ask to the specialist directly. Next, I learn how to write content that engage readers from online course, YouTube videos, books, and articles. Last, I learned how to make website from the website builder. I also branding my own website, designing them, and here is the final product. As a result of my personal project, I have received new knowledge, particularly about what psoriasis is and how to create a website, both of which are areas of knowledge that I had never before explored. As a result of working on this project, I've gained a variety of new skills, such as writing and creating a website. I've also improved my communication skills, research skills, and creative thinking skills. And with that, I fulfilled my own personal project. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim Pasha, and today I'm going to do a personal project presentation about my personal project, Make Some Noise. So these are the contents of the presentation that you will find. So let's start off with my hobbies and interests. These are all the hobbies and interests I put in consideration before starting the PP. The first one is streetwear and fashion, the second one is exercising, and the third one is automotive or cars. So I ended up choosing my automotive hobby or my car hobby because these days I'm quite invested in the car scene. And since I'm a new car guy who wants to start modifying cars just like others, I brainstormed myself what kind of parts that I can make by myself. But since I'm still a student, I don't want the modification to be too extreme. For example, like body kits or engine tunes. So I ended up choosing to make an exhaust because I also like to hear the sounds of an exhaust. So this is my learning goal, is I want to learn about exhaust and I'll be involved in making one myself. I will also be interviewing the professionals, which are the engineers or the owner, in order to gain more knowledge on this specific compartment of a car. And this is my product goal, which is I want to buy and make my own exhaust system. And that includes a Vicrtorians exhaust system. And not only that, I will try to limit the budget as low as possible. So my Atl Skills. And in this project, I use Mr. Skill because before making any decisions, I needed to have a clear vision on what to make, and that is where I did a lot of research on the basic knowledge of exhausts. And this project requires me to use my thinking skills because I need to decide what kind of exhaust I should be making. And for the communication skills, this project requires me to often socialize with different people with the same hobby and understanding. But since I'm quite the introvert, I had quite a lot of challenges while doing it. And this is my success criteria for the functions described. And this is my success criteria, and the description of the function reliability is basically the exhaust should be able to function well. Because it is a Vicrtorians exhaust, it should be able to open and close valves easily. And for the aesthetics, it's basically for the resonator. It should be a normal steel color, but it would be better if the tip should be custom. And for the cost and budget, I will try to keep the budget as low as possible since it is one of the project's main purpose. And here are the process pictures. professionals. I even get to meet and talk with several figures in the car scene. They share their knowledge and understanding about modification with me. But I have to admit, I did make a lot of mistakes and flaws in the process, because for the first 2 months, I was absent due to being hospitalized, and I also needed to recover. It was unexpectedly a long time. I was absent, but I managed to get back on track even though I missed some parts. The second challenge I faced was finding the workshop and the professional. At first, I thought it would be easy because I had a workshop nearby my house, and I did a quick interview with him. That was some ruled to be my mistake. Maybe because I chatted too much on WhatsApp rather than going to the place directly. The engineer at first said that it was possible to make my desired exhaust, but after several weeks of trying to contact him, which he finally did, but now he said that he is unable to make one, and I was actually hopeless and I was in despair at that time. But I used my thinking skills to quickly find another solution, which is finding a different workshop and a reliable professional. Even though I had a good time working on this project, I still need to improve my time management skills, because I have to admit, some of my submissions I made were actually late. So this marks the end of my presentation. I truly thank you to all of you if you paid attention and you were invested in my presentation.
So today I will explain about my personal project. In this PPT, there will be these are the content that I will be showing, which is my personal interest, learning goal, product goal, Atl Skills, research results, criteria, process, and product outcome, also the reflection. My personal interest is actually in culinary because I have more experience and I am more familiar with it. Either it is local food or foods that came originally from other country. So I made up my mind and made culinary as my topic of discussion and my theme in my personal project, also the product. My product goal shows 3 different types of traditional Indonesian foods, including the ingredients or the condiments used in it, and information about where it is originally from, also what differs them with other food that have the same type. My learning goal is exploring the diversity of traditional food in Indonesia that I might not know before, and also to dive deeper into their history that made up Indonesian culinary. My 8 skills that I improve is research skills, where I research about how does a culture or a region in Indonesia could consider a food was originated from that region or culture. This is obviously a very hard information to get, but I managed to overcome it and find the appropriate answer to answer the question, and it helped me improve my research skills. My communication skills, I am a very shy person, and I normally talk to those who I know and I am familiar with, but when doing the personal project, doing the product, I must interview a person that I might not know before and become the center of attention in the crowd. So it really helped me to adapt into the situations and help me improve the communication skills I have. And my product success criteria is that the product should clearly shows the message it was intended for. All the explanations must be clear when interviewing the people involved. Their voice and explanation should be easy to understand by the audience. And I need to give simple questions that are understandable by the clients. So the audience can actually know what are the interview is for. And the content inside it is thoroughly focused on the local foods and its ingredients. Content shows in the video must sort all the foods that will be tested with all the ingredients will be included in the video. I will test 3 different Indonesian cuisines. These are the process. The first photo is the process when I am asking the seller if they have time or for an interview so I can ask several questions to them. And then the second photo was the process when I am taking a video of the food I am reviewing, as well as the part where I react to the food. This is the product outcome, just a clip of it.
Oke, jadi hari ini kita akan makan. Ada salah satu makanan di Kemang.
And these are my reflection. The project helped me to improve a lot of things, and also helped me to see what are the things that I am lacking or my weaknesses. Such as in my time management, I have a weakness in that when completing the project, and also my communication skills when doing the interview. And basically, those weaknesses I have became the challenges I faced and I encountered during the making of the product. Lack of planning and effort also really became one of my challenges and became my one of the weaknesses I have. Because through the product making, I lack in planning and also lack in effort and resolve vision, and where my seriousness is not really put into the project, and that makes my confidence messed up also. I think that if I have put much more seriousness and confidence in this project, I could improve far more things than my current project. There are also some improvements that I am aware of, which I can overcome my fear of talking in front and watched by many people. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ivan and welcome to my personal project. In this video, I will be covering about my goals, my research, my planning, and my final product. The thing that interested me to do this project is that I'm very into science, specifically medicine. I also thought that in the process I could learn how to edit videos too. This is because I love making videos. Therefore, my goal is to create an educational video to promote traditional medicine in order to educate young students such as myself. This is because young students nowadays have been led to tunnel vision onto learning modern science, modern medicine that contains chemical ingredients. An obstacle that would hinder me is the fact that there are many traditional medicine which are considered pseudoscience, and it's really hard to relate to scientific theories, and I would really have to make a really definitive explanation so students watching my product would realize how traditional medicine can be a better alternative than the modern one. In this personal project, I really worked on my research. This is because during this project, I used a variety of research methods such as interviews, doing surveys, reading trusted articles, and reading a light novel on traditional medicine. There are 4 success criteria they created. The first one is the function. The educational video is clear and is understandable to all. Aesthetic. The video has to look attractive using clear and appealing colors. Audience. The video will have a distinct audience, which are students from primary students to secondary. The video has to be meaningful to viewers who viewed my product. This is my timeline for my personal project. In the first month, I was choosing interests and brainstorming for my project. I created project goals and justifications, also global context and inquiry. And on the week 4, I created the product outcome, which is this traditional video. On September, I created a prior knowledge tab, also inserting research questions that needs to be researched on. Also created a timeline, which you're viewing right now, and also contacting expert on traditional medicine. I also created a research on video. I also did research on video taking applications, creating surveys for a research question topic, and reading light novel on traditional medicine for a research question topic. In November, I interviewed experts and downloaded Premiere Pro, and also experimented with it. And the week 1 of December, I did video planning, in which I would continue to record according to the draft deadlines that were made. This was done in 2 weeks. I also edited the video that was made and rendering the video so that it can be uploaded to YouTube in full 1080p HD. In the second week of January, I created surveys and sent it to a group of people for them to assess the product of my educational video. And then the week 3 of January, I created a PP exhibition video in which I did a Google size before recording, and I recorded and then I edited and rendered. Moving on, we have the quality of product. The product was approximately 6 minutes long, and it took me almost 1 month to finish. On the left hand side is my thumbnail, and on the right side is a picture of my final product. The impact this project has given me in terms of Atl skills was that I was able to hone my self-management skills. This is because I tried and followed the timeline I proposed, which I did successfully. And I also have improved my research skills by using various resources such as interviews, novels, and surveys. And as a person, this project has really helped me gain awareness rather than turning a blind eye to something I know nothing about.
Hello guys, my name is Jake, and I'll be presenting you guys about the personal project that I've been doing for the past 5 months. So from this video, I'll be telling you guys about the goals and researches I did, and the planning tables I made so far, and the final product that I made for this personal project. The personal interest, the reason that I made me interested to do this project was because the reason I like about foods, culinary, and eating and tasting new stuffs, and I like to cook new recipe and taste them. And then I felt like if I made a blog from this project, it might be helping in promoting such as my ideas and recipes to a lot of people in the whole other world. So the goal for this project was I'll show the world's different types of food to people so they can taste different flavors and the way of seasoning. Nowadays, I've seen a lot of people who choose to order foods from outside or choose to have their meal with fast foods rather than choosing to cook their own meals. I thought the reason why people don't like to cook is the difficulty of cooking, and after making something there will be a lot of things to do, such as washing dishes, and the materials used, they have to wash everything because it is dirty after if they use. And the reason why they order is to remove or stop them because they're lazy. The main point is I want a lot of people to know how to cook and taste their own food after they cook something. So the summary of research during this project, I worked on my research, and it is because I used a variety of research steps. For example, looking through the internet, asking my parents who knows a lot related to cuisine and culinary, and I read books, some of the books published by famous chefs such as Gordon Ramsay's Home Cooking, that consists of a lot of informations that will guide you to how to cook by yourself at home. So this was my timeline table that I formulated. The quality of the product, during this project I made 3 Korean fusion foods, and it took 3 months to finish the product. And then the result was perilla leaf pesto, or called in Korean 깻잎 pesto. And the picture you're looking at the middle is called 부대찌개, and then on the right it is called bulgogi pasta. It's the combination of pasta and Korean barbecue called bulgogi. So a reflection from this project, I've seen myself trying to use the Atl skills, which is self-management skill. And it is because that I saw myself trying to fill up the timeline table and follow and complete the deadline that I wrote by myself for specific tasks that I have to do in order to complete the project. I had improvement on research skills as I was searching for several websites and people for the information that might help for doing my project. This was my personal project, so thank you for listening.
My personal project is based on my personal interest, which is medicine. My product is a journal about superfood on how to improve immune system. My learning goals that I hope this actually could help me in the future with my studies and help me to gain experience on making journals. My product goals that I hope this journal could be helpful for other people's and not just random journal that's not useful. A brief summary of my research is that it was complicated doing my research and it took me a long while collecting information for my journal. And the criteria I have used in this are thinking and researching skills. Thinking is because I have to think my way to make this journal. I have to think the ways of how I can collect information. And research is because I have to research on the information and I have to know which is right and wrong in the information that I have taken from the internet and from professionals. The process was quite long and really hard for me to do. And the impact of the project for my growth is it actually helped me for me in the future for making journals and experience and more knowledge in this in medicine. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karin, and today I'll be presenting my personal project about how you could express yourself through arts. Starting off, I have high interest in painting and music, and I also enjoy doing gallery walks while enjoying the architecture and interior of the location. As my goal was to create an artwork for the public which unites different forms of art, in which I'll be applying painting, architecture, and sculpture. Whereas the final product would be creating a 3D scale model of a visual art form for a public space. As I'm still new to the idea of public art sculpture, I did research by using primary and secondary resources. In this research process, I received the basic knowledge of sculpture and architecture. I also discovered the benefits and challenges that an artist may face through interviews of Jack Becker and Leroy New. Another skill that I use is creative thinking skills. I use this skill for making several drafts of the product that I will make and finalize a draft out of 7. And this sketch is my final choice. Beforehand, I made a few product success criteria in order to fulfill my expectation of the final product. The 4 main points were to create a design that could unite and attract the public community. The 3D scale model should be able to show the elements of architecture and sculpture, and I aim to make the product to be 30 to 50 cm tall. The materials and tools needed are mannequin head, paints, white spray paint which is optional, a cup, a stick, and a disposable syringe. For the process, I would spray white paint on the mannequin. Then I would mix the various colors of paint all together into a large cup and mix it slightly with a stick. After that, I'll directly pour the paint into the mannequin. Lastly, I would add black paint with a syringe and wait for it to dry completely for 2 to 5 days. Based on the theme of my project, which is Share Your Story, a piece of artwork can be identified into thousands of ideas of stories, and I'm going to share mine. I named this artwork Where's the Exit? As if this piece tells a story of a person who has a desire to be achieved in life, yet he has been living in a monotonous life with no sign of an escape route to be found. So he would always end up being lost in thoughts while wishing and hoping for the right time to come. Reflecting back, during the beginning of the preparation, I knew that it won't be easy, as I need to build research questions to develop my knowledge about public sculpture and architecture at the same time. This project helped me develop my creative thinking skills, and I was also able to connect my final design toward the global context of identities and relationships, as this project could encourage us to learn about who are you, or what exactly are you, and letting you know that you could be your own self through arts.
Hello everyone, my name is Minso and I'm going to explain about my personal project. Here we got the table of contents. I have goal, personal interest, research, process, final product, and reflection. Goal. My goal for this project is researching a suitable Korean food to fuse with other foods from another country. For this project, I want to show that we can combine foods from different cultures. In order to prove that, I am making a Korean and Italian combined dish, which is cream tteokbokki pasta, with the recipe provided in the video or my product. The challenge for this project is to make a dish with creativity and learn new cooking techniques. The main challenge is I have to combine two dishes from different countries into one dish. The product goal for this project is to make sure that the product is successful and look good. I want this product to deliver the message that combining cultures can lead into a whole new thing and experience a new thing. My learning goal is to learn how to cook better and to know more about the culture of Korean food. I want to be better at cooking and apply that skill in the coming times or in the future. And I want to know more about the culture of Korean food because I am Korean and interested in culinaries, especially Asian culinaries. Personal interest. My personal interest is cooking. I like cooking because I like to help my mom cook since I was very little. I want to improve my cooking skill because all I did was assisting my mom but not doing it myself. So I want to do it myself this time. Research skill. For research, I have put questions, types of research, and method into one table. And I have 6 secondary research and 1 primary research, and the primary research is to ask my mom. These are the answers to my questions. Apparently, tteokbokki is the 11th ranked for the most famous Korean food in the world, and spaghetti is ranked 9th for the world famous food. Those are the ingredients for cream pasta and tteokbokki. And below is how to make a tteokbokki. According to my mom, to make the tteokbokki chewy, you need to soak the rice cake in hot water and wait for an hour. If it's already 1 hour, start to boil the soaked tteokbokki to make it even chewier. And this is how to make a cream pasta. My success criteria for this product is the video need to be clear because people will see my video, and the quality has to be good. That is important because people might get annoyed if the quality is bad and people cannot see the video really well. The function for this video is for people to use it as a reference or to use it as a recipe video. My target audience for this product is actually anyone, but it is mainly for adults because this video is about cooking and adults might want to feed their kids or people who are living alone because it only takes 10 minutes to cook it. Process. This is my process to bake a tteokbokki cream pasta. You can see each pictures. I have done different things and put different things. And the final product. This is my final product, and you can see the tteokbokki outside and the cream pasta inside. Reflection. In this personal project, I have learned a basic cooking skill, such as knife skill, stirring, and getting comfortable with the spice such as salt and pepper. I need to make the video less blurry and explain the steps properly next time, because this time my video is not really clear and the steps are not really clear also. And also, this project has helped me in many things. One of them is to know more about the Korean culinary and make me more interested in culinaries. That is all for my personal project. Thank you for listening to my personal project. Have a nice day.
Hello everyone, my name is Candice from Grade 10 Centaurs, and today I will be presenting my personal project, which is called Architecture, a Climate Change Hero. My goal and my product outcome is to create a 3D visualization of a modern eco-house with SketchUp software. Since I am interested in architecture and climate change, thanks to this project, I was able to achieve my goal of gaining knowledge on how architecture can help our environment to fight against climate change. My learning goals are to learn how to use SketchUp software, explore and research what is classified as a modern eco-house, research what eco-houses are needed for our future, and create a 3D visualization of a modern eco-house. Through this project, the Atl skills that I applied are: first, I applied my thinking and self-management skills when creating my success criteria and my project timeline. I applied research skill when researching information about architecture and climate change. I applied thinking skill to come up with ideas when I practiced creating an eco-house. Then I applied my thinking skill when I sketched my ideas for my final product. This is the making process for my final product. This is my final product. Project, I learned how to use SketchUp software, how and why architecture can help climate change. I learned to focus on little details, to manage my time, and to think creatively.
Hello everyone, my name is Mars and I'm going to present what my personal project is. Starting from, my personal interest is in being active, like playing basketball, video games, and talking to friends. While my learning goal is to prevent climate change from consuming humanity by slowly dying our planet inch by donating and spreading awareness in much more effective way. How to help is creating by a card that could link up all trustable donation and petition so it's easier for people to help and promote. And for my product goal for this project is creating a card platform so every time there's a trustable donation, you're able to find and link it all to your social media apps and heavily promote on it, creating a social media account, etc. And how I apply the ATL in this project includes me having an idea on how right now The planet is slowly dying, and by searching how right now in this condition, a lot of people may not know how they could donate in and help in person due to a lot of aggressive virus attacking people. I offer creating a simple yet effective donation link so people could donate from a website called Card and let me customize my own card, and the process only took me a couple of days due to an issue on the first try. It could be shortened as perhaps 2 days. Creating a card platform every time there's a trustable donation. The quality of product is simple as it is very easy to just click it and it will take you to the website you desire to donate. And the color scheme I picked does not cause irritation to those with sensitive eyes. It's a very gloomy and blue and green color, much more like nature. I shall say the link right now. It's http climatechange.donation.card.com. The impact that I got from doing this project is that I have managed to expand my knowledge and ability to create such websites that could potentially help others to also help the planet we currently live in right now. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry if there was any mistake. My apologies.
Hello everyone, my name is Natasha Putri Devina from Grade 10 Centaurs, and in this video I will be presenting my personal project. My goal is to research different types of unique materials and homemade natural environment-friendly paint to express the beauty of mixed media art through making 2 diverse paintings. This project is really challenging for me because not only will I need to find the ingredients and research the chemical components of eco-friendly paint, but also deliver a message through my painting. My personal interest in wanting to make and start this project is because I want to learn different ways of making art and how art can send a message. I also want to learn more about the Chinese culture. During my research in making these 2 products, I applied multiple Atl skills. I used my thinking skills and research skills to learn more about what materials can be used to make natural colorants and how to make mixed media paintings. In researching more about Chinese culture, I have found that in ancient China, Chinese lanterns were used to provide light and as aspects of worship. Lanterns have become a symbol of national pride in China and are used to decorate homes and public places. In Chinese culture, the colors of lanterns express different meanings. Red paper lanterns are symbols of wealth, fame, and prosperity. This is the criteria I have given myself for the product. The process of making the product included first drawing or sketching what I wanted to paint, second putting the drawing on my 2 coordinating canvases, third making the eco-friendly paint with pigments and casein powder. I then started to paint my canvas how I would do normally. This is my final product. Key details are the red lanterns that I have mentioned have the meaning wealth, fame, and prosperity. And since it's almost Chinese New Year's, I wanted to incorporate 2022's Year of the Tiger, which is the 3rd animal of the 12-year cycle of animals which appear in the Chinese zodiac. I did this by adding the 3 handprints, which also means unity. After my time learning and researching about Chinese traditions, not only for the quality of my project, but to better my understanding of my own culture, I now realize how little I actually know about my ethnicity and my bloodline. I find myself amazed at what our Chinese ancestors built, all the traditions and cultures they partake in. This project has helped me discover so many new things, and not only about my Chinese culture, but also about art, how to make art, and how art can express my beliefs and emotions through it. This project has opened my eyes to so many different things and have made me so more inspired and wish to learn more.
Hi
Rina Panjali from 10 Centaurs, and today I'm going to present to you my personal project. For my personal project, I created a song which is actually playing in the background of the video right now, and I also created a music video about beauty standards through the perspectives of a teenager. This relates to my personal interest because I've always loved music. I sing, I play musical instruments, and I really like composing songs. I also often create video content that requires me to edit videos on social media. Through my products, I hope to learn how to compose a song, including using software instruments, and also how to edit videos using Premiere Pro, which was a software I wasn't familiar with. And here is how I made the product. So first, we have the research stage. On the research stage, I conducted primary and secondary research. I interviewed an artist, her name is Kara Kardikusumo, on how she created her song and how she concepted her music video as an inspiration for mine. I also researched how to write a song and also how to use Adobe Premiere. Next, I developed a success criteria for my product to ensure that it fits my learning goal. This includes the instruments used, the structure of the song itself, and also how the music video would look like. And of course, before I started making the product, I created a product timeline so that I can ensure everything will be done in the right time. Before I proceed into the specific steps of making the product, if you would like to get to know the details, you can pause this video and read my presentation, because I'm not going to say everything, that would be too long. Anyways, the first step for me was to brainstorm ideas and find inspiration. A huge part of my project is using journal brainstorming. I just really like keeping a journal with me when I am creating songs. Next step I did was I wrote my lyrics and I tried finding chord progressions. Now of course I used journaling again, but other than that, I also tried using chord generators, and I also tried to copy chord progressions from the artist I was inspired from. After that step was done, I proceeded to record my song, and I also used software instruments because one of my success criteria is that I had to use more than one instrument. Now for the software I used GarageBand. After the recording was done, it was time for me to concept the music video and also to film it. And the last step is editing. This was the step I had the most struggle with because I've never used Premiere Pro. So I really started from scratch. I started from zero. I've used a lot of the Atl Skills, but the main Atl skill I used was thinking, specifically creative thinking. I'm really grateful that I'm able to create a music video for my personal project because through this, I have developed a lot of my artistic style. Other than that, I've also developed new skills. I've learned how to use Premiere Pro, which would help me a lot in the future because I'm thinking of pursuing social media marketing. There's a lot of video editing in that sector. Enough of the chit chat. I want to show you guys a little music video teaser so that you guys can see my final product.
Or even women with sensitive skin could wear it. There's a brand new form of eyeshadow that
Teenage girls growing up too fast, looking 18 since 14 thanks to the TV screen, comparing girls on my phone screen, thinking if I had that face then maybe I'd be happy. And I wish someone would have told me that you don't have to change to feel pretty.
Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about my personal project, which is creating a game. My personal project is to successfully create a fully working game that other people could play, and also for me to understand each and every function of the code that was written in the program. Why, you might ask? Before I answer that question, I would like to note that we are living in a generation where technology is everywhere, and there were an estimate of 3.24 billion people that play games across the globe. So back to the question, why I would like to know and understand programming and game.
Hi, my name is Axel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my personal project called Taste of the World at Your Fingertips. So, first off, I would like to start off with me. What are my hobbies? So, my hobbies include cooking, taekwondo, biking, going out with friends, and also traveling. And here are some pictures of me and the places that I've traveled to during holidays. So first off, my personal project is about cooking, if you can't tell. And the reason why I picked or love cooking is because from a young age, my dad would always cook for me, especially because I was a picky eater. Everything that he made, everything that I ate was homemade for a very long time. And we rarely went out and bought store-bought stuff. So all my life, I've been exposed to home-cooked meals, which I really enjoyed and got addicted to. And after that, when I was grade 3, my dad started taking me along to the family restaurant. And that's where I started to work and help out at the family restaurant. And that's where I discovered my love of cooking and food. And so from a young age, I've always been exposed to the world of cooking, the world of culinary. So that's why I really do enjoy cooking for my mom and my sister. So here are my learning goals for this personal project. I want to be able to learn more about cooking, sharpen my skills in cooking, and also become a better cook so that I can live up to my dad's expectations. So far, these are the dishes that I've been able to make. I mainly make Western and Japanese dishes for me and my sister and my mom. So an example here is beef teriyaki, chicken katsu, curry, and udon and burgers and steaks. Those are my main dishes that I've cooked for my family. And I want to be able to broaden my range and learn more and learn to cook more. So my product goal is to make a website that everyone can visit and that everyone can look at so that they can get inspired to make their own dishes. And of course, there I'm going to add recipes and the ingredients too, so people can also start off easy and then work their way up. And I want to especially teach people that you don't need a lot of money to have a good meal, as I found out from my dad. Often homemade meals are better than store-bought meals because it's special to you, and when you eat it, there's a sense of reward that you're the one who made this and it tastes way better than the ones that you buy at restaurants or store-bought pre-made products. So this is one of the recipes on my blog, which is beef teriyaki. So here I give a brief description on a fun fact about beef, what teriyaki was used for, and then here I listed down all the different ingredients that you needed to make homemade teriyaki sauce, and then after that I listed down what you would need for the beef part, and after that I explained how they should cook the beef teriyakis. Because this is a simple dish, it's not really too long compared to other dishes, as it's just really stir frying. So this is a quick description of what to do, and these are the different ingredients that are needed to make this dish. And this is for steak. It's a bit longer because it takes a bit more time. And these are the ingredients that I've listed down, of course. And here is the rundown of the product, of how to make the food and what should they do and how should they time it. And yeah. So thank you for listening to my presentation about my personal project. This has been really fun to do, and I really did enjoy doing this because it's really the thing that I like to do for my family, cooking for them and showing them that I can cook. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Yadi Kristolova, and I'm from Tencent Taurus. Today I'm going to explain briefly about my personal project on my mini vlog. First thing that I want to explain is about my project that I made. So that I'm going to explain how do I came up with these ideas and why do I want to do this. So these are my personal interests. First of all is to express my feelings throughout the process. It is also one of my hobbies to document something like taking pictures or videos. One of the way to get off my stress. So, what that means is doing something that I like also could expresses my feelings and not burden to me because it's my hobby. Also, when I have too many tasks to do, I make a mini vlog or a picture. So, my learning goals are learn some techniques in videography and make it memorable so we could review those memories in the future when we are adults. Or second part is share happiness with other people so people also can enjoy it while they are relaxing. What that means is I could share things with them so they also feel happy and have courage to go there, or people also feel like what I feel. So my product goal is to make a compilation of videos and make them into one. The second one, make a nicely edited video so people could see it and enjoy it, so it will be not boring. Third one is impress other people with what I do. Fourth one is make other people happy. So these are my global contexts. My global context is personal and cultural expression. The thing I'm going to explore is language, ideas, and agreement. Why? It's the way to express ideas and to demonstrate. So these are my Atl skills. I do research, primary and secondary. In primary research, I do observation. I observe through Instagram, I share it and ask their ideas. I do some survey also with what I could do better next time. I do some secondary research also. I watch some YouTube video people making mini vlog. These are my criteria of success. Nicely edited video. People could understand what am I doing, and do people get any information. The process is taking videos, editing, post at Instagram, and promoting. And this is the raw editing of my video process. Oh, the quality of my product that I'm checking is editing, how the video shoot, the music choices, text font choices, and sound effect choices. I always review the edit so it could be very nice. The angle that I shoot, then the music choice relevant, the font text needs to be readable, and the sound effect needs to be necessary. What I learned from this project is how to take a video in a nice angle and not make people dizzy. So some of the way that we need to take a nice video is the angle. Sharing other people how I feel and how I share my happiness to them so they could be happy with me editing the video nicely. In this project, I really improved my editing skills because I also do some research of how to edit it nicely. In my product, you can scan this QR code feedback form. You could scan this code. Thank you for watching my personal project, and hopefully you like my personal project. Also, please give the feedbacks and you could see my products from the QR code before. Thank you.
We hope you enjoy seeing and watching what we produce. If you like to watch them again, please visit our website as shown here. And if possible, give us some feedbacks by completing the Google form provided below the video.
To the entire audience, our parents, supervisors, and experts who have supported us from the very beginning of the program, we hope you enjoyed our showcase. Thank you so much and see you next time.